Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us at the seminar on the challenges of economic cooperation in national projects of the Global South, the case of Indonesia's new capital construction. We will have a one-day seminar beginning now and until 4:30 in the afternoon. I hope we have invited 4 persons from Indonesia, 2 researchers from BRIN, National Agency for Research and Innovation, and 2 persons from the local government, the Regency of Penajam Pasar Utara. And we will discuss about the challenges and experiences expenses of the Indonesian construction of capital relocation, new capital construction. Okay, let's begin with opening remarks by the Ms. Mayumi Murayama from the IDE, and also from Dr. Agus Nugroho from the BRIN. Please.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning, distinguished speakers and all the participants. On behalf of IDE-JETRO, I'd like to express our deep gratitude and big welcome to this seminar today on the challenges of economic cooperation in national projects of Global South, the case of Indonesia's new capital construction. Today, we will discuss the ambitious national project of building Indonesia's new capital. In August 2019, Indonesia made a bold strategic decision to relocate its capital from Jakarta to East Kalimantan, a move that represents far more than a simple infrastructure project. The scope of the project is, as you know, truly magnificent. With an estimated total cost of 4.6 trillion yen, the plan provides gradually moving all the government agencies to a newly constructed metropolitan city in the tropical forest. The timeline is equally ambitious, beginning the first phase of relocation in 2024 this year, and targeting a complete transition by 2045, the year marking Indonesia's 100 years of independence. Our seminar today aims to provide a comprehensive exploration of this national project. We will discuss its current realities, potential challenges, and opportunities for international collaboration, particularly between Indonesia and Japan. To explore the enormous national project, we have invited political and economic experts from the Indonesian National Research and Innovation Agency, or BRIN, the IDE, one of the most important research partner in Indonesia. We have also invited representatives from the Penajam Pasir Utara Regency of East Kalimantan province. Some parts of the Regency is ceded to Nusantara New Capital, or IKN. Dr. Agus, Dr. Mardyanto, Dr. Zainal Arifin, Mr. Nicko, Mr. Nur. Once again, thank you very much to all the very extensive collaboration with us. By bringing together academic researchers and local government officials, we aim to provide macro-level information and knowledge on the new capital construction, and also to understand the micro-level challenges that are little known in Japan. Through the presentation and discussions today, we hope to offer insights that can guide future economic cooperation and investment strategies in the Global South. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I want to hear from the opening remarks from the Agus, please.
The Excellency Vice President of IDE-JETRO, Ms. Mayumi Murayama, thank you very much. Director of Development Studies, Director General of Development Studies Centers, Ms. Miki Hamada, thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, and very good morning to all. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to IDE-JETRO for inviting us to present, to discuss the challenging issue of Indonesia at the moment, which is relocating our new capital, relocating our capital to East Kalimantan. Of course, this is a very ambitious project, and I'm very sure that a lot of challenges and also opportunity together we need to discuss. And this is, I would say, a part of the collaboration between Indonesian National Research and Institutions Agency and IDE-JETRO, which is signed off in 2022. This is the beginning, I suppose, that I think new collaborations to understand and improving the collaboration between two nations are very important for our future. Once again, thank you very much for everyone that supports this activity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Agus. Actually, we have a special privilege and opportunity to introduce you to the acting regent of the Pastoral Penajam Utara. Unfortunately, he couldn't come to the Tokyo to attend this seminar, but he wants to pay contribution to this seminar by attending online and say hello to you, all the participants. So please listen.
Hello. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed researchers, investors, and also missionary leaders and all attendees, warm greetings from Indonesia. First of all, I would like to say my gratitude to Ms. Mayumi Murayama, Vice President IDA, Ms. Miki Hamada, Mr. Koichi Kawamura, Mr. Nakamura, Mr. Takayuki Higashikata. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Also attended among you, Nicko Herlambang, Bapak Mardyanto, thank you very much, and also Pak Agus from BRIN. My name is Muhammad Zainal Arifin, serving as the acting regent of Penajam Pasir Utara Regency. I would like to share the idea of building a sustainable future in Penajam Pasir Utara. It is truly a privilege to stand here before you today to be a part of an extraordinary opportunity, one that not only promises growth and prosperity, but also align with a deeper responsibility to our planet and our future generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking about Penajam Pasir Utara Regency, a region poised to become a cornerstone in Indonesia transformation as we build our new capital, Nusantara. Penajam Pasir Utara is more than just a strategic location, I think. It is a region that embraces the ideal of sustainable development and also an environmental stewardship. As a critical partner to the new Nusantara capital, it's over an investment destination that prioritizes long-term values over the short-term gains. Let me share with you why sustainability is at the heart of our region vision and why your involvement here can be a force for meaningful change. First, Penajam Pasir Utara is committed to sustainable urban development. The region is not merely growing, it is growing responsibly. Every new project, whether it's industrial, residential, or commercial, is guided by a principle that protect the environment and enhance the quality of life for its residents. This is a place where economic ambition meets the ecological balance, a rare combination that forward-thinking investors cannot afford to overlook. Second, its pristine natural assets are a call to action for sustainable tourism and development. With our untouched beaches, a vibrant marine ecosystem, and also breathtaking landscape, Penajam Pasir Utara offers a blank canvas, like a blank canvas for ecotourism, conservation project, and green hospitality tours. Imagine creating world-class resort and leisure facilities that showcase nature rather than disrupt it. Together, we can build experience that attract global attention while preserving the region's unique environmental heritage. The third, the Regency's infrastructure investment are designed with sustainability in mind, from energy efficiency transportation network to eco-friendly industrial zones. Penajam Pasir Utara is laying the groundwork for a green economy. For example, the Bulumining Industrial Estate spans over 8,700 hectares and over opportunities for industrials to integrate renewable energy, circular economy principles, and green logistics solution. For the fourth, these regions offer fertile ground for renewable energy innovation. As the world moves away from the fossil fuel, Penajam Pasir Utara present opportunities in solar, wind, and other clean energy projects. Here you can contribute to Indonesia's energy transition while securing our places in one of the fastest growing sectors globally. Finally, Penajam Pasir Utara is committed to building a livable, resilient future for its residents. The Regency focuses on clean air, green spaces, and sustainable infrastructure ensure a healthier and happier community. By investing in this vision, you are not just supporting development, you are enabling a model of progress that prioritizes people and the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand at a pivotal moment where economic opportunity and environmental responsibility must go hand in hand. Penajam Pasir Utara embodies this ethos, a place where investment can drive progress while safeguarding our planet for future generations. Your involvement here is not just about profits, it's about leaving a legacy. By prioritizing sustainability, you will be a leader in shaping a future that is both prosperous and responsible. Together, we can turn Penajam Pasir Utara into a beacon of sustainable development, not just for Indonesia, it's for the world. So I invite you to be part of this transformative journey in Penajam Pasir Utara, where innovation, sustainability, and growth converge to create a better tomorrow. I think that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much for attending on the online. I'm very happy to hear the opening remarks from the acting regent of the Penajam while he is very busy time. Okay, let's begin with begin the sessions. Before session one, I will introduce the purpose of the seminar and the background of this seminar. This seminar aims to enhance economic cooperation between Japan and Indonesia. Indonesia is actually a major country in the global south. And I want to focus on the national project building of building the new capital of Indonesia, which is very ambitious and important project for both Indonesia and also Japan. In August 2019, the Indonesian government announced the relocation of the capital from Jakarta to East Kalimantan province in the southeastern Borneo Island. The plan is to move all the government agencies, as well as information and communication agencies, and higher education and research institutions to location spanning Penajam Pasar Utara Regency and Kutai Kartanegara Regency. This grand plan aims to gradually relocate related institutions starting in 2024 this year, and a complete move by 2045. That is the 100th anniversary of the Indonesia's independence. This plan includes financing approximately half of the relocation cost of 265.2 trillion rupiah, or 2.6 trillion yen, through public-private partnership, with another quarter 127.3 trillion rupiah, or about 1.3 trillion yen, planned as private projects. Consequently, the government is anticipating private investment, including those from foreign companies. In Japan, there have been significant interest in how to participate in this massive project since the announcement of the capital relocation plan. However, there are some uncertainties about whether the new capital construction will continue after the new administration this year, and the feasibility of continuing the project, leading many companies to explore ways to get involved. Therefore, this seminar invite political and economic experts from Indonesia to discuss the new capital reconstruction's current status, prospects, and challenges. And also, we have invited officials from the local government, which is Penajam Pasar Utara Regency, to gain insight into how local communities perceive the capital construction plan and the issues they face. By holding this seminar, we aim to provide macro-level information and knowledge on the new capital relocation plan and construction, and understand micro-level challenges that are little known in Japan. This information will be useful for Japanese companies or Japanese societies considering future business activities and involvement in this massive national projects in the Global South. The seminar finding will be shared widely through the website of the IDE later, so please check our website later. And also, I hope the active participation of the participant in this seminar. Okay, let's move to the session one. Session one is about the realities and challenges of building the new capital in Indonesia, which is moderated by Mr. Takayuki Higashikata from IDE. So I will give you the lead, please.
Selamat pagi, good morning, おはようございます。My name is, welcome to this morning first session. My name is Takayuki Higashikata, researcher from IDE-JETRO. It's a great pleasure to be here as a moderator of this first session. And before starting the presentation, in this morning sessions, we have 3 presentations. As you know, each presentation will be 30 minutes in length. After all the presentations are finished, a 30-minute Q&A session, Q&A round will follow. So now we move on to the first presentation. First speaker is Dr. Mardyanto Wahyu Tryatmoko from National Research and Innovation Agency, BRIN. And he is the head of the Research Center for Domestic Government of BRIN. And his research interests lie in the fields of politics, governance, regional autonomy, as well as peace and conflict studies. And he holds Doctor of Philosophy, School of Political Science and International Studies from the University of Queensland, Australia, as well as Master of Public Policy, Economic Planning and Public Policy Program from the National Graduate Institute for Policy Studies, GRIPS, in Japan, in Tokyo, Japan. And the title of his presentation is The Arrangement of the New Capital of Indonesia and its Socio-Political Dynamics. And are you ready? Ready to start? Sudah siap ya? Okay, let's start. Now, floor is yours. Dr. Bapak Mardyanto, ya, silakan.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. First of all, I would like to thanks to IDE-JETRO for arranging this interesting, important seminar. I think, especially on the importance of one of Indonesia's most transformative and perhaps ambitious projects, the establishment of the new capital city of Indonesia. We call it Nusantara. Now, I'm going to refer to IKN because we usually say the new Nusantara as IKN. It means that Ibu Kota Nusantara. Yes, at this time I would like to discuss about the especially socio-political dynamics surrounding the arrangement of the new capital in Indonesia. And first of all, I would like to allow me to discuss about the history of the Indonesia's capital. And actually, I can say that Jakarta is not the only one capital city in Indonesia. We have had experience having Yogyakarta as a capital city of Indonesia in 1946 to 1948. It's just after our independence proclaimed in 1945. This is due to the military aggression from the Dutch alliance that come in 1946. And you know that due to the occupation of the Dutch military in 1948, and Yogyakarta was occupied at the time, so the capital of Indonesia moved again to Bukit Tinggi. Bukit Tinggi is in West Sumatra. Sumatra is another island of Java. And then after that, moved again back to the Yogyakarta, and before back to Jakarta in 1960. And at this time, I would like to share you that actually I'm going to provide information about the government system that changed over time during the period of the different three regime. The first is the Sukarno regime. It's about the 1945 to 1967. And then the second is about the Suharto regime. It was from 1967 to 1998. And then after that, the introduction of the deep democracy and autonomy, local autonomy in 1998 until now. In the first period, in the President Sukarno era, the Jakarta was having status of city. It was the first time that Jakarta regulated by government as a city. And in 1961, the government changed the status of Jakarta as a city, become the province. And because of the change of status, so there is different arrangements. So that's why. So, but at the time during the President Sukarno, I would say that the system is very centralistic. The local government of Jakarta did not have any autonomy to manage their own local government, and the system had just changed in 1990 under the President Suharto era. At the time, the autonomy, local autonomy, has been introduced by giving arrangement, the establishment of city deliberation assembly and also local parliament. That's the first time that Jakarta and local government have the local parliament. And yeah, after that, after the democracy and autonomy was introduced in 1998, that was after this President Suharto fall. Yeah, so that's when the system has changed again. Then, and at this time, the government system really democratic. I can say that also Jakarta has also fully autonomous to maintain and to manage their own local government affairs. And in 2007, this is the first time that Jakarta held the own election. I mean, the government was elected by their own people. This popular vote. And it's different from the previous era that at the time Jakarta has really deep democracy and also local autonomy. And what I would like to say that the law number 3 in 2022, this is the establishment of IKN or Nusantara. The system has changed dramatically. I would discuss it later, but let me allow me to inform you that actually we also agree that Jakarta need to move from capital city of Jakarta. Capital city of Indonesia should move from Jakarta to East Kalimantan because of so many reasons, and we agree. Most of Indonesian people agree about this because of Jakarta is, you know, that overpopulated. The population reached about 11 million, and also the place is not comfortable to live because congestion is very massive, and yeah, everybody need to move from Jakarta because of this. Also, the government need to make disaster risk prevention because the Jakarta very vulnerable to flood and also another disaster, including the possibility of the shrinking because the land of Jakarta getting shrinking over here. And also, yeah, Jakarta is overburdened, and you know that the Jakarta population density reached 16,125 people per square kilometer. You can imagine, it's very dense of the population. And beside of the reason, the government also tried to make the equal distribution of economy among the region. Pak Agus will talk about this later, more detail. And also, we need to transform the national development much better. But I think this kind of the challenge that is the continuing what I what I discussed earlier about the government system, because the government regulate that Jakarta is having a different government system, local government system other than the other region in Indonesia. Yeah, actually, we know that the deliberation of the structure of IKN at the parliament at the time was very, very crucial and debatable. And even though, you know, it is also controversial because the IKN law was discussed only 43 days. You can imagine that because usually in the law has been discussed more than 3-4 months, but it needs only 43 days because the strong of coalition. And when discussed about the structure of IKN authority, not all the political parties agrees on the arrangement. Two political parties reject the decision, especially from Democratic Party, and also the other is from the Social Solidarity Party. But yeah, because it's a decision, so the order must go on. And yeah, the structure of IKN, I can say that it is was built upon the assumption that there is not any existing model of local government in Indonesia, as well as in the other country, fits to the new IKN. This is the assumption of the political elite of Jakarta. And yeah, when they discuss about the structure of the IKN, they have no any reference at all. Even though in the discussion they mention about the Malaysia, Putrajaya Malaysia, they talk about the Brasilia in Brazil, but none of them referenced by them. I think it is a very, very interesting discussion that we can discuss here. And the interesting one as well that our constitution allow that some region having the special autonomy. We have Jakarta itself is also the special local government because of the independent movement and so on. And we have Yogyakarta, also it's kind of special province that acquired the local tradition as well, and also Papua and Aceh because of the independent movement. But at this time, the elite local, the political elite of Jakarta claim that IKN must be the special region as well. But it is, I think that scholars, Indonesian scholars disagree about it because, you know, I will continue later. Yeah. Yeah, actually, what is the centralistic of the structure of the IKN? It is indicated by the head of authorita or IKN authorita is appointed by the president. And different from the other local government, the head of local government was elected directly by people. And then there is no local parliament. This is different from the other local government that they have local government even in the province and regency level. And this kind of the changing government system that apply for the IKN, and I think it's kind of the setback era, reflecting that it is kind of the Sukarno or Suharto era at that time. So it's kind of the setback government system. And, you know, and also when managing their own government affairs, there is no kind of the delegation or deconcentration, only order from the central Jakarta to manage their own, to manage the administration of the IKN. And this is also discussion among the scholars of Indonesia that the lack of comprehensive institutional framework under the law of IKN also we can see from the that the law actually only covers the broad area of the arrangement, but the law mandates a multitude of derivative regulation. That is the challenge, because it's not easy for each department to enact some kind of the many derivative regulation. Yeah, I can say that there are 6 government regulations, but until now only 2 government regulations have been enacted. The peraturan pemerintah on funding and budget management, and also on special authority of IKN. And there are still many regulations that should be discussed and enacted. And one of President's decision that yeah, Indonesian people wait for this one, because once it is enacted, so the IKN fully operated. And there are 6 president's regulation, or we call it peraturan presiden, and there are about 2 president regulation left that Jakarta, national government should enact these 2 peraturan presiden. So the last 2 weeks, I've been invited by the Ministry of Finance, for instance, to discuss what kind of the mechanism that national government should transfer the money or budget from central government to IKN. They have no idea about that. So I mean, this is how the lack of the comprehensive institutional framework. I mean, so it is kind of the challenge of the operation of the IKN. And I would like to say that even though in the law there are so many special authority of the IKN authority mentioned in the law, but I think it is also challenge that how they actually can manage the special authority, including to coordinate and implement the special planning across sector and across stakeholder. At the moment, they have difficulties on this, including to manage this special planning, to coordinate special planning with the surrounding local government, including PPU, Penajam, Utara, and Kutai, Kartanegara. There is a potential challenge that the government still face until now. And yeah, because of the lack of the comprehensive framework of the structure of IKN and so on, and I think the other challenge that the public participation tend to be neglected in the phase, especially in the phase of the preparation and construction, and also the relocation after that. And I'm worried also that if it is cannot be managed properly, so the problem of public participation will remain until the operation of the IKN. So it is another challenge that the government face actually. And so what's the implication of institutional practice? So the government at local level, I mean the IKN, will be overly beholden with nationalistic consideration, because they don't have any autonomous decision like the other local government. And these arrangements are not effective in addressing local issues, which are closely in line with ethnicity, sociology, and culture. You know that Indonesia has so many ethnic groups. In IKN surrounding, there are about 17 ethnic groups live there. So I think it is very a challenge for the IKN to manage the division of the ethnic groups there. And the IKN structure might bring a positive result to the effective development and administrative operational at the local level, especially in the phase of development, preparation, and relocation, but not in the implementation or the operationalization of the IKN. Because we know that the government on the law on IKN mix up the 4 phases at the time. So there is a preparation, relocation, preparation, development, relocation, and then operationalization. So the government system applied for all of the phases. So I agree if the centralistic structure applied for the preparation until the relocation, but not in the operationalization. So I think it's kind of the challenge that we may face in the near future. And I'm also afraid that because of the people on the society have no channel to express their needs, to express their voice. So I'm afraid that there will be social conflict, as it happens in another region in Indonesia. Yeah, because it's vulnerable to conflict, to have social conflict at the local level. Yeah. The next is I would like to say that even though the structure of centralistic the centralistic structure of IKN is on the progress at now, but actually the government missed some deadline. It is the President Regulation number 63 2020 on the detail of the IKN master plan. For instance, in the phase 1, the construction should finish by 2024. But until now, there are some construction that have not been finished yet, especially in housing and also the transportation and connectivity. And also in the second priority, there are some medical facility has been built, but not for school and university. That has not been built, including the commercial building and market for the local people. And also the population projection is missed as well. For instance, in the phase 1, by 2024, the total population targeted is 488,000. But until now, the relocation of the state apparatus, or we call it ISN, has not happened yet, and now become the crucial aspect to catch the delay. And I think that's all we can discuss later on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Dr. Mardyanto, thank you very much for your compact and very informative presentation. I think his presentation provides us critical perspective from political science. And thank you for your presentation, Bob Mardi. And we would like to turn to the next presentation. No problem. The next presentation is made by Dr. Agus Nugroho from National Research and Innovation Agency, BRIN. He's the chairman of a research organization for governance, economy, and community welfare. He holds PhD at the School of Economics and Finance, Curtin University, Australia, as well as master degree of applied economics at the School of Economics and Finance, Massey University, New Zealand. And his presentation is entitled "The Critical Challenge for the Ongoing Development of IKN," New Capital City. And so, Dr. Agus, thank you. Yep.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending and give me an opportunity to say economics and some challenges, economic challenges in developing the new capital city of Indonesia. First of all, I would like to introduce about the mega project of IKN, which is actually will be 4 times bigger than Jakarta. The master plan will take about 2022 to 2045, marking the 100 years of independence. So it will cost the government about 466 trillion, or about 30 billion US dollar within 50 years. And it's not government money to build the IKN, but also the expectation is to attract the private capital, which may about 45%, and the state-owned company about 26%, or about 6.2 billion. If we calculate up to 2024, approximately about 5.1 billion already spent of the government budgets to build the infrastructure. So I think if we calculate about government contribution, it will almost 2/3% of the government budgets. So the next will be less than the budgets already spent. If you look at the picture that the development of IKNs with enormous from 2000 to 2024, you can look at in many media to see how the progress of the IKN development. So there is, however, there is always pro cons of IKN development. Most of proponents actually say that political decolonization is the major reason for Indonesia to build IKN. So IKN will be not the Java-centric at the moment, but also Indonesian-centric, which toward the golden era of Indonesia. And this is also expected to be a solution of a complex problem of Jakarta, both as the political and business center of Indonesia at the moment. So the core driver of the reducing development disparity between the West and the East region of Indonesia is also the main motivation for relocating the capital city of Indonesia. However, the opponent often say that the IKN is seen just as a political agenda of the former president, Pak Jokowi, to gain a development legacy. So I think we still have, some say that the Jakarta still can properly manage to support as the capital city of Indonesia. And also that the development of IKN will have a potential to result in financial difficulty of government to insufficient budget, and also it also possibly to accelerate the deforestation of Kalimantan. And next will be about the how actually to finance the IKN development. If you can see that this is the way IKN will expect to have an urban development which may have the feedback effect for private investment, so that development of the IKN will continue and accelerate in the future. So which means that without supporting from private capital through, let's say, with public partner and public-private partnership, the financing IKN is quite problematic, I suppose, for the Indonesian government. Moving to the historical narrative of the proposing IKN, the new capital city of Indonesia, actually that it was firstly proposed by our first president in about 1950s, that to decolonize era of new country, new independent country, it's good to say relocate the Jakarta to Palangkaraya. Palangkaraya actually in the central Borneo or central Kalimantan. So, but this idea cannot materialize due to, I think, the problem of difficulty on the budget, and also that as a new country, funding to find funding is very difficult. And then moving to the second president, in which the period where we can find the golden era of development of Indonesia, I think from 1966 to 1998, where he proposed the functioning of administrative to area close to Jakarta, to Jonggol, which probably about 50 kilometers from the Jakarta. And also, in the president of Yudhoyono in 2004-2014 also once interested in relocating the capital function of Jakarta to the Jonggol. Also, it cannot materialize, but in the era of Jokowi, he could propose the recommendation and relocating the capital city to the eastern part of the Kalimantan, now as IKN, through the IKN law number 3/2022. In the new elected president of Prabowo, I think IKN is not started clearly in the visions of the government of the new president, but it is one of the 15 priority program in his presidency. So which means that there will be, I think, remain uncertain whether the development of IKN will as fast as in the Jokowi era, because our new president also has his own priority, especially on undertaking the program of of freelance for students, and also an idea to build giant seawall of Java along to the northeast of Java, which it may cost to 800 trillion, which is have been circulated in the media at the moment. So this is, I think, some narrative idea of proposing the IKN. So let's move to the what is actually the IKN in terms of our long-term development. So if you look at the graph, I think in the era of high growth in 1980s to 1990s, following the crisis in 1998 onward up to now, probably that the growth are around 5%. So this is, I think, the main motivation of the IKN is how to regain or to bring the high growth back on the next era of the long-term long-term development from 2025 to 2044. So, and we look at the main activity in the era of high growth is actually supported by major export-oriented industrialization, which is I'm very much sure that the Japanese company play a very much role in the era of high growth of Indonesia during the 1960s to 1990s. And this is how to regain the high growth is probably the major reason of IKN in terms of economic development. So, and then some particular motive probably associated with if we move to or relocate from Jakarta to East Kalimantan, it will, I think, more on the center of the dispersed archipelago of Indonesia. If let's say we can change from the 3 time zones of Indonesia at the moment to, let's say, 1 time zone, it will bring many benefits, including higher and more transaction, and also opportunity of having time efficiency for transportation and logistics if the IKN will be a center of development for the future. And also, if you look at how Java is actually being incapable of supporting high growth, if associated with Jakarta, which is mostly grows equally to the national level. So if we look at the line price is very high, and also increasing number of disaster accident between 2010 and 2022, I think it indicates that there is a limit for Jakarta to support higher growth target for the future. To look at more detail, I think if you look at from 2001 to 2024, for example, the average growth of Indonesia is still about 4.9% on average. So, and also that the contribution of industrial or manufacturing sector tends to decreasing over time. Let's say from 27 in year of 2000 going down to only 19% in 2023. Comparing, let's say, to other developing countries like Malaysia, still having contribution of manufacturing sector to about 23%, Thailand to 24%, South Korea even has 24.3%, and also People's Republic of China is still having 26%. So which means that Indonesia as developing country is facing the premature deindustrialization, which is very difficult for Indonesia for the next long-term development to achieve 7 to 8% in 2045, in which it is the 100 years of independence, which is expected to be the golden era of Indonesia, having moving from middle income country to high income country. So if you look at the economy moving into the inefficient, which is if you look at when the government expenditure on infrastructure development is increasing enormously since 2012, 2024, or on the about a decade of development, but the growth are still at about 4 to 5%. Even that we already spent a lot of investment for building toll road, new airport, new seaport, local economic zone, and also the development of 10 New Bali, for example. So which means that the IKN will expected to provide more attractive for capital inflow to support the development of Indonesia in the next 25 years. Without without capability to attract foreign capital or private capital to the development, I think Indonesia will be incapable, I think, to achieve its 7 or 8% growth rate for the future. This is, I think, if you look at data also show that the Java and Bali remain a major contributions for attracting the investment, both from domestic and foreign capital. And Kalimantan is only about less than 10% for foreign investment, but having 14% for domestic investment. So which means that IKN is expected to boost investment outside Java and probably Bali Island. And we move to some challenges. I think the first is very important, is associated with the quality of human capital. If you look at the employment by education, for example, in East Kalimantan, mostly are under a senior high school. And also, if you look at the computer literacy, for example, in the survey in 2023, the East Kalimantan is much below the Java, which is about only 14.2% of the population. So this means that there is always challenging for supporting the development of IKN through its human capital quality. And then moving to the energy and clean water, I suppose that Kalimantan also has still low capacity to electric distribution, including the capacity of electric generator, and also the capacity for water supply, which mostly are far below the Java island. And electrification also remain much below for the national level for the at district level, even though at the Kalimantan provincial level, it already achieved at the 9.3%. So moving to the deforestation, I think, and disaster also remain the case. For example, that as the major coal production and also plantation, especially CPO, I think deforestation is quite significant from, let's say, from 1950 to 2022. From the image, I think it said that quite significant deforestation state, and comparing to Kalimantan, actually it's very important because it's contribute to about 52% of forestation in Kalimantan. So if you look at the flood and forest fire disaster, for example, in Kalimantan, during comparing from 2000 to 2010 and 2011 to 2024, I think the number of flood and forest fire disaster accident are increased substantially. So which means that probably the development of IKN should consider the possibility of accelerating the deforestation, which is, I think, it has been a major concern for global community. Moving to the food and food insecurity, I think, although the food vulnerability index is quite low for the whole East Kalimantan, but I think many has remain in the state of vulnerability on food security index, which is below the national level. And if we look at the food production, for example, that most of rice production, including beef and chicken, also the production of Kalimantan are much below the Java and Bali Island. So which means that if there is a many increasing substantial urbanization to the IKN, I think the insufficient supply of food and food insecurity will be a challenging issue for the new capital city. If you look at the urbanization, also associated with the high level of minimum wage, for example, that quite high comparing to the Jakarta, for example, that the minimum wage of Kalimantan is quite high, about 3.35 million rupiah, which is significantly higher compared to many other area of Indonesia. It's close to, I think, Jakarta, which is about 5 million rupiah amount for the minimum wage. And also the cost of living also quite significant, about 2 million to 2.3 million, comparing to Jakarta is about 2.5 million. So which means that I think higher level of minimum wage and living costs in the Kalimantan, increasing urbanization will bring about the development of IKN, will lead to greater inequality and probably the poverty issue. So in conclusion, I think in 2022, Indonesia has made substantial policy for relocating its capital city from Jakarta to IKN of East Kalimantan. However, that such policy has been introduced by First President to relocate the capital city to Palangkaraya, Central Java. This is mainly to get away from the Dutch colonial influence. Among other, I think the capital relocation of Kalimantan Islands basically seeks to transform the development era from Java-centric to more Indonesian-centric. The major motive of the relocation, especially to regain the high growth era of 1980s and 1990s by promoting new sources of growth and urbanization outside the Java and Bali Islands. So this means that the IKN should be seen as one of the efforts to improve, to increase the productivity and production of Indonesia outside the Java Island. And the second, the new capital may bring about the new spirit of industrialization and industrial productivity, and also greater opportunity to attract more foreign capital to reduce the development disparity between Java and other islands. Nevertheless, there's some critical challenges are worthwhile noticed, including insufficient human capital quality, especially for local people, potential rising of deforestation, insufficient supply of food, clean water, and energy across province of Kalimantan. So given the limited budget of the government, the capability to attract private capital is probably the key factor to successfully proceed the development of the new IKN in the future. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much for your interesting presentation, Bapak Agus. I think his presentation illustrated the problems facing the new capital city, IKN, from an economic point of view, especially economic growth and regional disparity, I think. Thank you very much for your presentation. Now we'd like to start the next presentation. The final presentation of this morning session will be made by Koichi Kawamura-san from IDE-JETRO. He's a senior overseas research fellow of IDE-JETRO and now visiting research fellow of BRIN. And his research interests lie in the fields of constitutional politics, political institutions, and elections in Indonesia. His recent paper with Bapak Mardyanto, the new state capital regulations contending for autonomy, democracy, and legitimacy, is this paper is included in the book titled The Road to Nusantara Process, Challenges and Opportunities, published by Isyas Yusof Ishak Institute and BRIN. And the title of Kawamura-san's presentation today is Recent Development of the New Capital Construction and Its Challenges. Kawamura-san, thank you.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Actually, I forgot to say, ask you two things to the participants. Firstly, please write down anket questionnaires on your table if you leave the room or if you come back to your place, please. And you can leave it on the table after writing the questionnaire anket. And second thing is this seminar is recorded. So please, and after the seminar was held, we will release the video on the website. So please allow us to do that. That two things from the administrator. Okay. Now I will begin my presentation. I want to talk about the recent development of new capital construction of Indonesia. We call it IKN. Agus and Mas Mardi juga also mentioned the IKN. IKN is Ibu Kota Nusantara. It's a capital name, the new capital name. So probably I will also use that word, so please note that. Actually, probably you can see the pictures. Mas Mardi-san and I and other teams from BRIN visited the location of new capital construction, IKN Nusantara, last September. We also visited at that time at the Regency of Kutai Kartanegara dan Pasar Penajam Utara, where the location of the new capital city. And we took the photos in the front of the new presidential palace. So I will talk about the recent development as I see the construction site. So firstly, I want to explain the recent development and also the history of the capital relocation under the Jokowi Widodo administration. He actually began this massive project in 2015 when he instructed survey on capital relocation to the National Development Planning Agency. And 2019, April of 2019, just 1 month after the Jokowi was re-elected at the presidential election, his cabinet decided and announced the capital relocation suddenly, probably without any consultation with other politicians or parliament, and without any consultation with people, society of Indonesia. It's very sudden move that he announced the relocation. And on August 17th of 2019, Jokowi declared the capital relocation to the Kalimantan from Jakarta at the Independence Day speech. And after 1 week, he announced that the new location of the capital is Kalimantan. It's officially announced at that time. And under the second Jokowi administration, starting October of 2019, the move to the relocation was began. In 2020, master plan was decided by the government. And in January of 2022, the parliament established the law on new capital, Nusantara. And after that, construction began. And also, in March of 2022, Nusantara State Capital Authority, or OEKN, was established. Its function is to construct the new capital and relocate the new capital from Jakarta to Nusantara. And also, it should be govern the local society of the Nusantara. And Mr. Mardi-san explained why and how it will work. under the new law. And also, on August 17 of this year, this year, 2024, the Independence Day ceremony was held in the new capital, just this place at the front of the new palace, of the new presidential palace. And also, I will explain the recent development of 2024. Actually, the head of and the vice head of the Nusantara Capital Authority, Nusantara State Capital Authority, OICAN, was OICAN resigned in June. Probably it's because there are some conflict between the central government and the local OICAN about the process of the construction. Probably Nicko will explain that later. In July, Jokowi announced actually this year, the government expected to begin the first phase of relocation from Jakarta to Nusantara, but due to the delay of the construction of infrastructure, President Jokowi announced the postponement of the partial settlement by ministers and officials in July. But he eager to move the relocation process forward. So in August, he held the first cabinet meetings on this palace, new presidential palace. And also, as I said, August 17, Independence Day ceremony was held in Nusantara. It was very, very, very enjoyable ceremony as I looked at the television. I watched the television, but it's very, very, energetic and also very enjoyable ceremony, I see. And in September, President Jokowi held the last cabinet meeting before he resigned. He finished his term of the presidency in October. He held the last cabinet meeting in the new presidential palace again. And after that, he continued to stay here for 1 month before he finished his term. But in September, again, Jokowi announced the postponement of the partial settlement by ministers and officials. It's also due to the delay of the infrastructure development. And in October, finally, President Jokowi announced that not to relocate the state capital under his term. Actually, he wanted to relocate the new capital from Jakarta to Nusantara during his term, but it was impossible. And recently, President Prabowo announced Basuki Hadimulyono, the former Public Works Minister, as the new OICAN president. So he will continue the relocation process, but the future will be unknown to everybody. Okay, now I'll show some pictures taken during my field trips in the Nusantara. The upper left side is presidential palace. Before the presidential palace, there's some park over there, and some tourists. There are many tourists visiting the location. The number of tourists still are limited, maybe 300 or 500 people per day. But local people are eager to come to the location for the enjoyment. And also the upper right side of this picture is the Office of Coordinating Ministers. It's still under construction at that time. but very huge office was constructed there. And lower right side is a picture of the houses, apartment for the construction workers in the capital. Now, 1,000 and more than 1,000, maybe tens or more than 30,000 workers in charge of constructing the new capital. So there are many constructing workers there, and also there are many trucks and other construction machines working there. And also, I had the opportunity to enter to the residence for the officials. This is apartment for the civil servant officials who will be living in Nusantara. And I have opportunity to enter to some room. This is room for the family officials. Maybe they bring some family with husband and wife, and maybe probably 1 or 2 children. And so that room has two bedrooms, 1 living room and 2 bedrooms, and also shower and toilets. It's all furnished, full furnished, and very clean. And also it is announced that water can be drink directly. You can drink the water from the tap. But actually, at that time, I was said that you can drink water from the tap, but I'm not ready to do that, so I didn't. But it is said that you can drink water from the tap. Okay, I will talk about current issues under the new president of Prabowo. Prabowo becomes the new president in October, on 20th of October of this year. And many people wondering whether the new president continue to construction or relocation of the new capital to Nusantara. And against that, Prabowo promised to continue the project. He claimed that Nusantara will be able to function as a state capital maybe in 2, 3, or 5 years. We don't know, but probably 3 years is too ambitious, I think. As I look at the construction site, probably in 5 years or 6 years, maybe, but in 3 years, it's very ambitious, I think. However, he claimed that he continued to the relocation process. Actually, if I see the budget of the next year, beginning 1st January, ending 31st of December 2025, budget for the capital relocation decreased dramatically by 65% compared with this year. Actually, this year's budget for the state relocation is very huge because President Jokowi wanted to make relocation begin. It's not average amount of the budget for this year, but actually 2025's budget for the state relocation is very small compared with this year. It's partly because, as Agus explained, Prabowo has his own priority programs, policies, like free lunch. Actually, free lunch program, if free lunch program is implemented with fully, the cost will be almost the same as the construction cost of the new capital, almost same. So although the budget is limited, how to allocate the budget to his own programs and state relocation programs is very debatable. the government faces another problem to relocate or resettle the government officials from the Jakarta to Nusantara. So the problem will be how will the government persuade the settlement of the officials from Jakarta to Nusantara. It's not clear, actually. I heard that many government officials in Jakarta don't want to go to Nusantara because still there are the lack of infrastructure. And also now only the people who live in Nusantara are only officials and no entertainment. And educational facilities are also scarce. And so there are strong opposition, actually implicit but strong opposition, resistances to settle to the Nusantara among the government officials. So the government is preparing for some incentives, like to pay the settlement bonus up to 100 million rupees, or if you go to the Nusantara, you get promoted, or you can get travel allowances from back and forth from Jakarta and Nusantara. But it's still not clear whether those persuasion can work. But I heard that some younger government officials are eager to go there. So it depends on the government officials. Probably older generations who have already families in Jakarta, they don't want to go to Nusantara. Or maybe there are families living in Jakarta, and he go to the Nusantara alone, and maybe weekend he come back to Jakarta, something like that. So, and another, maybe the third issues, construction and relocation process now is going side by side. So it costs very much. And so can the construction run side by side with the relocation? It should be the construction first and the relocation next. But political willingness of the President Jokowi make the relocation and construction is going side by side. But after Prabowo become the president, it can, the way to construct or relocate is changed or not is not clear. And also financial problems. But Agus explained in details, but I explain more general views to the finance the relocation process by the government. Total amount of the relocation is 466 trillion rupiah, or 4.6 trillion yen. Government expected that those huge budget, it will be paid by this something like sales or lease of the state-owned facilities in Jakarta after government relocate to the Nusantara. And government claimed that there's no impact on the welfare budget, so don't worry about the welfare budget cut to the people. But among total amount of 466 trillion rupiah, actually government budget shares only a small portion of the total cost. State budget will share about 20% of the total cost of the relocation. And state budget will be used for the basic infrastructure, including presidential palace at the picture, and also military and police facilities, and also civil servant quarters, and land acquisition is also used for the state budget used for the state land acquisition, and also public facilities. But other part of the cost will be paid by the PPP schemes or private investment. Public-private partnership shares over 50%, 54.6%, which is 265.2 trillion rupiah. And it is used for the governmental buildings, like ministries or some agencies buildings. And also parliament buildings also constructed on the private partners PPP schemes. And also courts and non-state funded infrastructure, education, health facilities, and museums. And other constructions is paid by the private investment, which is consists of 26.2%, or 127.3 million rupees. Like general housing, higher education institutions, science and technology parks, renovation and upgrading of airports, ports and highways and commercial facilities, hospitals and lodging or something, hotels or something like that. So problem is, the government has to invite many investors, both from both domestic and foreign countries. So issue is who will invest in the Nusantara. Now, total investment after the construction begin in between 2023 to 2024 amounts to the 105.3 trillion rupiah. And in 2024, the government has a goal of investment amounted for 100 trillion rupiah. However, until September of this year, the realization is only half of that, only 58.4 trillion rupiah. And actually, ongoing projects are mainly implemented by the state-owned companies and local companies for infrastructure development. And so government is very eager to invite foreign investment. And so government decided to provide various incentives such as deregulations on foreign investment, like cultivation rights given for 150 years at maximum. And preferential taxes like tax holidays will be provided to the foreign investors. But still, foreign investors are waiting for the completion of infrastructure, basic infrastructure construction, and the beginning of the settlement of the government offshores. And I counted the investment for the construction of a new capital between 2022 and 2024. Mostly the investment goes to the property or commerce and tourism, like hotels or something like that. And second of it, biggest investment goes to the education and research. And also the government itself invested a lot. And also finance, hospital, transportation, communications, there are investment. And I pick up, maybe it's not complete, but as long as I make research, these are the investors' investment in detail. This L stands for the local investors, and F stands for the foreign investors, and probably here, yeah, S is state investment. So you can see that almost here, yeah. Many of the investors are from local enterprises or state-owned enterprises or the government itself. I can see that only 3 countries, foreign investment from 3 countries invest in the Nusantara and already began to construction of some buildings and infrastructure. It is Russia, China, and Australia, I think. China is this number 16 of the property, commerce and tourism. It is mixed use area, so it's commerce, like mall and, mall, hotels or something like that, and then also housing. And also at the bottom of the list, number 19, it's from Russia. It's also residential complex. The investment goes to residential complex. And also Australian investment goes to the education. Australia Independent School, it is called that. And other than that, we cannot see any foreign investors come to the Nusantara yet. Maybe there are hundreds, maybe more than 200 MOU or letter of intent between the government of Indonesia and foreign investors, but still construction has not begun. They just signed the MOU or LOI with the Indonesian government, but they still see the condition and development of the Nusantara's construction site, construction progress. Okay, next I touch on environmental issues. The conception of the new state capital, Nusantara, is green, smart, and what else? Yeah, it's something like that. Environment, yeah, sustainable. And so government claimed that there's no reduction of protected forest areas in the construction of the new capital. But so they have the forest city concept, and over 50% of the land is green belt, so it is very environmental free, they said. But as I see the picture, this is taken from the NASA. And above picture is taken before the construction, April 2022, and the below picture was taken on February of 2024. You can see the many construction is going, because of the construction is going, forest is disappeared. And other many problems about the environmental issues are pointed out by especially civil society groups, like maybe probably Nicko will explain at the afternoon session, but there are many problems of the land issues, insufficient land registration and undetermined owners, and also the existence of common forests based on the common law. So how to take those land by the government and to make a use of the construction of the Nusantara. And also some environmental civil society groups claim that there's no protection of the biodiversity and their flora and fauna. And also some fishing associations claim that there's a very big interference of the fishing industry at the bay of Balikpapan. And also impact of development on surrounding areas are very significant. Lost forest between 2018 and 2021 is, by the calculation by the WALHI, it's environmental NGOs, it amounts to the 18,000 hectares. And also expected loss of forest is more than 30,000 hectares. It's calculated by the Greenpeace, the other NGOs. And also, it is said that over the 5,000 hectares of mangrove is in crisis. And government is saying that the lost forest will be reforested after the construction finished. But actually 75% of the land needs to be forested after the completion of the construction. And it takes probably 88 years. So many, many years. So it is not easy to realize the conception of the forest city, actually. Okay, as the last part, how do you think about how the people of Indonesia think about the relocation process? It is very important for the government to continue or not continue the relocation process. Actually, this opinion poll is a little bit old. It's just after the declaration, the announcement of the relocation by the Jokowi government. So its survey was held in 2019. And at that time, people did not, actually most of the people, more than 50% of the people agree with the relocation process. About 63% of the people agree with the relocation. And at that time, people think that President Jokowi will be able to achieve the capital relocation. About over 60% of the people expected that Jokowi can make it through. Now, recently, we don't have any opinion polls about specific on the state relocation. But as long as I know or I feel while I'm living in Jakarta, there's among the publics, there's not so much so strong opposition to the relocation. Maybe they expect sometimes Jakarta will not be the new capital city of Indonesia, and the capital city will move to the Kalimantan, Nusantara. So probably it depends on the political will of the new president, whether or how fast the relocation process will go. So we will. We will have to look at the progress of the relocation process carefully for the couple of years ahead. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, very welcome back to afternoon session. Usually, there's so many people leave, just stay in. It is difficult to stay in afternoon session. Thank you very much. The second session is much more, I think, much more interesting. Sorry, yeah? Sorry, Papa, in the morning session presentation. I think in the comments in the morning session, the Matsui-san said that don't expect so much IKN. Yes, it is one of the true. But I think the IKN is not only the project and not only the things in this large project. I think that we can see the IKN some activities, movement occurs in IKN, but at the same time, neighboring Regency has much more activity. Then probably the movement is much more active compared to IKN itself. Because IKN itself is much more regulated, the movement is not so fast. But around that, it is not so restricted by government. The investment, for example, probably the much more active I don't know. Later, please explain this activity of the investment, foreign investment or domestic investment. That's why it's very interesting. I think it's much more interesting than real information we can get. Then we invite two presentators from two regencies around neighboring regencies. On the schedule, we invite the first Nicko from the Penajam Pasaru Utara Regency, but sorry, we change a little bit. We invite Mr. Dafif Haryanto from government of Kutai Kartanegara Regency. He is joined this seminar online. Then hello, Mr. Dafif? Pak Maman. Ya. Halo, Bapak Maman?
Ya.
Maman. Halo. Ya, terima kasih.
Konnichiwa.
Ya, konnichiwa. Terima kasih atas bisa ikut ini seminar ini. Ini sangat penting untuk pemerintah Jepang, perusahaan Jepang, dan society Jepang juga. Please, please, sorry, minta mulai di please. Please start your presentation first. Thank you. Then kalau pakai bahasa Indonesia, silakan saja ya. Ada orang speaking English. Okay. Sorry.
Pak, bisa bahasa Inggris ya? Pakai bahasa Inggris saja, enggak?
Bahasa Inggris, tapi saya lebih enak pakai bahasa Indonesia saja.
Oh ya. Saya yang akan menerjemahkan ya. Jadi agak pelan-pelan ya, bisa bahasanya. Silakan, Pak.
Jadi sebelumnya saya minta maaf karena Bapak Kepala Daerah saat ini tidak dapat mengisi acara ini karena ada kegiatan pemilihan kepala daerah di tempat kami secara serentak. Dan yang kedua, saya juga minta maaf karena Pak Sekretaris Daerah yang semestinya mewakili Bapak Bupati juga berhalangan, dan yang terakhir juga semestinya Pak Asisten selaku pembicara di sini juga berhalangan. Saya minta maaf, dan akhirnya saya selaku Kepala Badan Riset dan Inovasi Daerah dari Kabupaten Kutai Kartanegara diminta untuk mewakili menyampaikan terkait masalah IKN. Ini saat ini kami sedang melakukan seminar mengenai IKN juga. Jadi mengenai tantangan dan terkait pembangunan IKN. Jadi terhadap sosial budayanya, perubahan sosial budaya.
Ya, sebentar ya Pak. Saya menerjemahkan dulu.
Silakan.
Yeah. We are very sorry that Legend and Vice and the Secretary of the government cannot present here. Cannot take part in the seminar because they have something to do now. And so I'm Mr. Maman. He's the head of the research administration, research section of the Kutai Kartanegara Regency. And actually, we are now taking, we are holding the seminar on the IKN about the challenges of the construction and development of the Kutai Kartanegara. Ya, silakan Pak.
Saya akan menyampaikan singkat saja. Ada beberapa hal terkait masalah IKN ini. secara umum kalau masalah gambaran umum secara bagaimana adanya IKN ini, mungkin bisa Bapak Ibu sekalian yang ada di Jepang bisa melihat melalui internet ya. Tetapi ada beberapa hal yang mungkin akan kita sampaikan nanti, mungkin ada perwakilan dari teman-teman kami yang ada di seminar ini nanti akan menyampaikan bagaimana sih dengan adanya IKN ini. Tapi yang jelas ada beberapa masalah pendidikan, kemudian masalah lingkungan, kemudian masalah budaya, kemudian masalah transportasi, kemudian masalah sosial, dan masalah sektor pangan. Beberapa hal itu nanti yang akan kita bahas di dalam forum ini. Dan kami berharap nanti dari pihak Jepang dapat menanyakan secara langsung. Kami tidak akan melakukan presentasi, tapi dapat menanyakan secara langsung kepada kami dan sebisa mungkin akan kami jawab. Dan waktu kami mungkin hanya sekitar setengah jam di sini.
Ya, betul,
Silakan
betul.
diterjemahkan dulu.
Yeah, yeah. We have actually some problems about the construction of the IKN, something like education, environment, culture, transportation, and food. We will touch on later each topics later, but this is because this is a limited time. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask directly to the local government of Kartanegara. Oke, silakan Pak.
Terima kasih. Ini akan saya kenalkan di sebelah kiri saya ini adalah Pak Karno. Beliau adalah Kepala Bidang terkait ekonomi pembangunan. Kemudian ada dua orang lagi di sebelah saya ini ada Kepala Camatan dari dua wilayah yang terdampak oleh IKN. Kemudian ada psikolog dari Dinas Sosial. Kemudian ada Kepala Bidang dari Kepala Bidang dari Sosial Kependudukan. Jadi nanti bisa menanyakan langsung masalah-masalah yang ada terkait dengan IKN. Dan saya harap komunikasi ini bisa direct ya, bisa langsung. Supaya kami bisa langsung menanggapi. Karena kalau kami lakukan presentasi satu-satu, nanti agak lama, waktunya tidak cukup. Mungkin itu saja.
Yeah, okay. There is Pak Karno. He is in charge of economic development. And also, we invited the head of the Kecamatan district, and in charge of social and population affairs. Oke, silakan Pak.
Permasalahan di
Ya, mari Pak.
sebentar, ada masalah teknik sebentar.
Oh ya.
Ini karena tadi acaranya mendadak, jadi kami persiapannya juga mendadak. Jadi begini, masalah pendidikan ini ada gap atau ada kesenjangan antara wilayah IKN ini, khususnya di Kalimantan Timur, dengan di wilayah di Jawa. Nah, gap ini yang harus kita kejar nanti pada saat nanti IKN itu ada di Kalimantan Timur. Kebutuhan akan SDM itu sangat dibutuhkan pada saat nanti IKN ini berjalan. Nah, ada tawaran kepada pihak luar, khususnya kalau memang ada Jepang berminat dalam hal ini, bagaimana menutup kesenjangan itu. Ada kualitas masalah pendidikan antara Kalimantan dan Jawa. Itu yang pertama.
Okay.
Kemudian
okay.
Sebentar
ya. Yeah. About the education problems, it is most important is gap between the IKN and Jawa, or East Kalimantan and Jawa. Actually, there are some offers from the outside how to solve this educational gap between the East Kalimantan and Jawa. Oke, silakan.
Yang kedua, masalah lingkungan. Seperti kita tahu bahwa Kalimantan kaya akan sumber daya alam. Nah, perlakuan terhadap eksploitasi tambang itu, sumber daya alam itu sangat merusak lingkungan. Nanti bisa mendengar langsung dari Bapak Camat dari Muara Jawa.
Okay. Second problem, the environment. Kutai Kartanegara and also East Kalimantan is very rich in resources, but actually we have a problem of exploitation of the mining industries. Okay, silakan.
Kemudian masalah budaya, ada beberapa budaya yang asli lokal, tetapi nanti dengan keberadaan IKN ini pasti akan menggerus beberapa budaya yang ada di lokal. Tapi itu menurut kami tidak terlalu besar pengaruhnya karena budaya Indonesia sangat kaya. Kemudian saya lanjutkan saja terkait transportasi. Transportasi di wilayah IKN sangat bagus, tetapi bagaimana nanti konektivitas antar wilayah mitra di sekeliling IKN itu harus dicarikan solusinya.
Okay. Third problem is culture, especially the local culture of the Kartanegara, but it's not a quick influence, but it can be long. And also the Indonesia has a rich in local culture, so it's not so much so big problem. But fourth problem is transportation. There's a problem of the connectivity between the IKN and the surrounding areas. Okay, silakan.
Mungkin yang terakhir ini terkait sektor pangan. Dengan adanya kepindahan IKN ini, nanti akan ada kepindahan dari beberapa penduduk dari Jawa masuk ke wilayah IKN. Dan itu otomatis akan membutuhkan pangan yang cukup besar. Maka dengan adanya degradasi lahan, perubahan lahan yang tadinya bisa untuk pertanian berubah menjadi sektor tambang itu akan mempengaruhi suplai pangan. Itu salah satu problem yang harus kita tangani.
And fifth problem is food. Probably after IKN is constructed, many people came from Java, and also food demand is increased, and also it influences for the changes of land use, and maybe there will be a supply side problem of the how to supply the foods to those incoming immigrants. Okay, silakan.
The second speaker, we invite the second speaker. He, Mr. Nicko Herlambang Soewondo from. He is Regency Secretary Assistant in Government and Law and Social Welfare of Government of Penajam Utara Regency. He is a very good salesman also. He want to attract the investment from Japan. He very seriously prepare for the today's materials. And floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Miki, for the time for me to make a presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, myself, I will introduce. This is my curriculum vitae. My name is Nicko Herlambang. My background is actually I'm a geological engineering. I took a Master of Science in Environmental Engineering, but in the career in my civil service, a little bit different than my background. As you may see, I work a lot of in the social region. Now my position is the Region Secretary, Assistant for Government and People's Welfare, a quite hard position right now from the situation in Indonesia. This is the outline of my presentation. The first, I will explain about the overview of Penajam Pasir Utara Regency. And the second one is I want to explain about the process of preparing the revision of spatial planning in Penajam Pasir Utara. Because my background is geology, I compare with my experience in the social problem in the Penajam Pasir Utara. We'll explain in the spatial planning in Penajam Pasir Utara. The third, I will explain about the strategic area and detailed spatial planning in Penajam Pasir Utara. And the last one, I will explain about the 2 corridors that already exist for detailed spatial planning in Penajam Pasir Utara. I will explain about the logo. As you may see, the logo is our new city branding. Before the IKN, we don't have any city branding. Just now, we call our regencies as Penajam Pasir Utara, Serambi Nusantara. Serambi Nusantara means the veranda of Nusantara. We become the part of Nusantara. Not only the neighbor, we become the part of Nusantara. We are the front yard of the Nusantara. Not only the only partner. That is a symbolic from us to the government of Jakarta. Don't leave us. We want to become the part of Nusantara. That is our new city branding. Penajam Pasir Utara Regency is one of the regency in East Kalimantan, as you may see. With the establishment of the national capital, part of the region of Penajam Pasir Utara is now included within the IKN area. The total area is about 2,510.16 hectares. It consists of 4 districts: Sepaku in the north, Penajam, Waru, and Babulu. This is the Sepaku area. As you may see, the part in the north is taken by the IKN, but not all of the location of the district. They still leave us the forest area and the place that there is no people live there. They give us the forest area still. And this is the population of the Penajam Pasir Utara. As you may see, we have about around 200,000 people. We got almost 20,000 people in 2 years. After the establishment of the IKN, you can see this is a lot of people came to the Penajam Pasir Utara. Actually, it is more because not every people came to Penajam and report to us and change the identity in Penajam Pasir Utara. As you may see, the worker in the IKN is almost 30,000 people during the high peak of the project, and almost same with the people in the Sepaku district. Sepaku district, we have only 34,000 people, almost same with the worker that work for the IKN in the peak season during the final contract of the building in the IKN. And this is the economic region and situation after establishment of the Nusantara. We have economic growth rate 2023 29.85%. Indonesian region only 5% to maybe 6%. We almost 30% because of the money that bring from the Jakarta to our region. It is quite give us a lot of time to make an economic growth. The need for preparing the revision of spatial planning and detailed spatial planning in Penajam Pasir Utara is because after the designate Nusantara as the capital city, Nusantara capital city is developed with the economic super hub concept, taking into account the interconnection and connectivity with the surrounding areas of the Nusantara as the partner region of the capital city, one of which is Penajam Pasir Utara Regency. The situation is the Nusantara already have a detailed spatial planning, almost 9 area they are already established, and the Penajam Pasir Utara still working on preparing the detailed spatial planning. And this is the special structure of Penajam Pasir Utara Regency. As you may see, we have also the VVIP airport built in our Regency. It is to contribute for the Nusantara, but it's built in the Penajam Pasir Utara, not in the IKN area. As you may see, the position of the Penajam Pasir Utara, actually our villagers, our people live surrounding the waterfront city. You can see the road is following the pattern of the waterfronts, and most of the area consists of the forest area. Some others, outside the forest area, it is the plantation area. We have so many palm oil industry that already consists before the Nusantara established. And this is the objective of our special planning, to realize the Penajam Pasir Utara Regency as the Nusantara veranda. It means the Serami Nusantara. That is based on, the first is agriculture, the second one is industry, the third one is fisheries, and the last one is tourism with an environmental and sustainable perspective. This is based in how much space we have. So we put the first one is for agriculture, the second one industry, the third one is fisheries, and the last is tourism. This is the transportation network system that already exists, and the others is on the way to build. The road network system already exists. The railway network system already planned. I don't know about the time to build, but it is already create the pattern and everything. And also we have a river, lake, ferry, and network system, and also maritime transportation network system, and also we have an airport. I think we have a fully developed transportation network system, exclude the railway. We don't have any railway yet. We have actually we have three kind of detailed spatial planning that prepare for the future of Penajam Pasir Utara. The first one is we have industrial area in the face to the waterfront, and after that we have a satellite city above the north area close to the IKN, and the last one we have an area also as an old city. This is the southern part is the old city that already exists and consists of a lot of people that already live there. This is the three detailed spatial planning that we have prepared to face the future of our Regency after the establishment of the Nusantara. And you see in the north part, it is the green one, it is the forest area. We have so many forest area. And actually I will discuss juga about the Koichi information. Actually Koichi, this is the forest area, but it is not a tropical forest area. This is forest area that been planned by the company, and after that, after 3 or 4 years, they cut the tree and send the wood to export and everything. Not as our dream that is a lot of monkey there and everything. There are no monkey there. There's because they plant the eucalyptus. I already explained with Koichi. There are so many eucalyptus. Outside of eucalyptus, the non-forest area, they plant palm oil tree. That is the problem for our farmer also, to change the plan. They usually don't plant the palm oil, but after palm oil and eucalyptus plant in the forest area and also the non-forest area, it is become a lot of hard for our farmer to plant maybe a fruit on everything, because a lot of monkey and animals goes to our villagers because they don't have any place to get food. That is the problem of industrialization in the forest area and also the industrialization in the plantation area. That's why most of our people now plant the palm oil tree. Okay, and this is the industrial area. Our industrial area close to the VVIP airport. You may see this is plan. This is the airport that have been built by the Jakarta, and the brown one is the industrial area. We have during the establishment of the Nusantara, we have 23 ports that are already built by the private sector. One by the government of Jakarta, and as a government of Penajam Pasir Utara, we have one port also, seaport I mean. This is our harbor project location. This is the seaport that belong to the government of Penajam Pasir Utara. We have the Zone A is already developed. Zone B is still empty there. We need a lot of things to do, but we don't have so much money yet right now. And it is easy for us because you already pay the land for the people there. There is no problem for land acquisition already owned by the government of Penajam Pasir Utara. As you may see that Penajam Pasir Utara is quite strategic area because we close to the to Nusantara. We also close to Balikpapan. We close to the deep sea water, different from the Nusantara area. Nusantara area doesn't get any deep sea water, so they don't. They can build a big harbor and something like that in the Nusantara, and also there are no industrial area in the IKN or Nusantara. We already make quite a long road, yeah, to access our industrial area, and also we already developed the new road to cut the time to go to Nusantara. It can be a lot of safer time, maybe 45 to 30 minutes, yeah, from our harbor to Nusantara. That is the problem when the Nusantara establishment, they don't want to use our harbor. They say it is too far. That's why they built the new harbor above our place. It is owned by the government of Jakarta. That's why we have to build our roads to tell the Jakarta people we already have a port also. Please use our port. And this is the planning area, the detailed spatial planning regulation that we have prepared. As you may see, the north one is this area is directly bordered to the national capital city and has the potential for rapid development to support the IKN. And the southern part is the area in the capital of Penajam Pasir Utara Regency. That is my office in the southern part. It is a big place, you know, but there is not so many people, so we can traveling not like this is so many people in here. And this is the detailed spatial planning for Penajam Petung Corridor, the old city. We have to prepare our old city about the road, about the facility of the water, about the land use, and also for the development of the housing, you know, because the old city need to prepare because a lot of people live there. The role and function of the area is the capital of the Regency. The characteristic of the area is itself as the center of the Regency government. Also, it is close to the waterfront city. There are many tourism that can be built along the beach. The development team is at the front of national capital city. It become the development of marine tourism area and also development of urban area that provide a sense of security, including safety from natural disaster, comfort, and sustainability. And the objective of the spatial planning for the Penajam Petung corridor is to realize the Serambi Nusantara area as a center for government, trade and service, as well as tourism. The southern part is for the government, trade and service, and also for tourism. Okay, and this is the spatial planning for Serambi Nusantara corridor, Maridan Riko, Spansotek. It is close to the IKN. The role and function of the planning area is as a satellite city supporting IKN. And also the characteristics of the area actually is dominance of plantation area, hub for trade and service at the sub-district level. It is close to also to the industrial area and the airport area. The development team is satellite city as a partner of IKN and development of trade and service. And then the purpose of the spatial planning is to realize the space of Serambi Nusantara as a satellite city and center for trade and service that is safe, comfortable, and sustainable. This is not too many people live in here, only about 9,000 people. So it is quite a lot of land to develop, and it is close to the Nusantara. Some for the domestic investor like to invest in our place, because it is a lot of more easier than dealing with the Nusantara. That is the fact. And this is, you can see, we have the yellow one is the housing area that can be built, and also for using the apartment and everything. And the green one, the green young one is the area for the plantation. Actually, it is consists of the palm oil plantation. That is the biggest challenge for us also. What kind of plantation that we have to change after the era of palm oil it is end? Because the palm oil is for 35 years, they actually can be produced here. That's why our people like to spend the 3-4 years of his life to plant palm oil. After that, they wait for 35 years. They can get easy money from that. Actually, they don't work. They only pay the labor and everything. And most of our people have a land about 10 to 20 hectares each person, at least. That's why we are a farmer, but not a poor farmer, actually. They have also money to invest in everything. So investing in Penajam Pasir Utara, it is a promising gateway to the Nusantara capital. The region unique advantage make it an attractive proposition for investor. First, proximity and connectivity to the Nusantara capital. The second is established industrial and economic zone. We have the Buluminung Industrial Estate, close to the deep water, have many port there. Close to the airport, close to the toll road that connecting between the Penajam Pasir Utara, Samarinda, and the other surrounding countries, and also the Nusantara. And the third one, the first investment opportunity beyond the industrial sector, we also have potential in tourist development because we close to Nusantara. And the fourth is we are supportive infrastructure and connectivity because we create many infrastructure to develop in the area close to Nusantara. And the five is the sustainable and livable urban development. Because we are not so many people live there, it is quite more easy to regulate and to make a good land use before the investment came to our place. With its strategic location, established industrial foundation, the first investment opportunities, and focus on sustainable development, Penajam Pasir Utara present a compelling proposition for investors seeking to be part of Indonesia's transformative journey. So for you that have interest in Penajam Pasir Utara, we will give you a red carpet, come to our place, visit to our place, and make a good investment. I'm sure we have a good proposal, better than Nusantara, I think. In Nusantara, it is hard to get land, because if you have investment, you have to build first before you get the land permit and everything. But in the Penajam Pasir Utara, we can give you a permit, and after that we can discuss what kind of investment that you want to build, and also what is the infrastructure that you need, and also how long that you have to preparation during the time, and after that we can talk about the demand and supply and demand. The problem is we push other to build something in our place, but there is no demand. It is a problem for us. They become an empty building and everything. We don't want that is happen also. Maybe the first thing that logic for to do is become a logistic area. We have maybe we can build some logistic industry near the VVIP airport to make because Kalimantan doesn't have like this. The old bandara is only 2.5 kilos. Now the new bandara is 3 kilos, 3.2 kilos. It is can landed a big, huge plan and everything, and it is easy to export and import from our place. And also our port is it is a category that can be sent from our place, our harbor to outside Indonesia. Doesn't have to visit Jakarta or maybe visit Surabaya and everything. You can go to China maybe, or maybe China to our place. It is quite interesting, and I hope it become a new place to invest in Indonesia. And this is the commitment of Penajam Pasir Utara Regency. The Penajam Pasir Utara district government is dedicated to creating a well-organized and sustainable special plan that prioritizes the need of community. This includes ensuring efficient land use, protecting natural resource, and improving infrastructure to enhance the quality of life for all residents. The government commits to involving the community in the planning process and regularly reviewing the plans to adapt to changing needs. So we are free to discuss about our special planning. If you want to change, you have any option. We want to create something like this. Can be changed or what? We can discuss it. Maybe that is all about the presentation from the government of Penajam Pasir Utara. See you in Penajam Pasir Utara before you visit the Nusantara. I think it's a situation like this. Yeah. In Nusantara, I attended the new investment from the China, Russia, and also from the Australia. The Australia focused on the education. The Russia, they maybe like I don't know, a DJ host or club maybe. I see it. I see that maybe they want to put many Russian people to live in that area. I don't know. And the China people, they make a big mall, there, because they offering the China investor about the taxes, the lower taxes, and the many things that can decrease the price of the commodity that sell in the mall. And also they have a plan to bring using our new airport, the logistic from China and everything. That is the plan of the China. I only told you. Okay, thank you.
Nicko, thank you very much. I think that the two presentators who are the person in practice, we can from the two presentation we can learn the IKN has challenges, but there are also opportunities. I think Penajam Pasir Utara take IKN project as big opportunities, then try to change themselves. Then become, I think, is one of part of the IKN. not region, neighborhood. Then the gateway to the IKN. It's very impressive. I think. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's start again. We will open this third session. Third session is discussion among the participants, speakers today. So please go to the podium, Pak Agus, Mas Mardi, sama Pak Eko. Pak Nicko juga. Okay.
Aktor, the real aktor. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, we'll start discussion. How about today's session? First, today's seminar. How do you think?
Oh. Okay. Start from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the seminar was very important for us. Not only provide the current situation of the IKN, especially with my explanation about the current situation of the politics and surrounding the social the problem in surrounding capital city also is important to highlight. And also maybe from the perspective of the Penajam Pasir Utara also provide the opportunity to offer the investment coming to the not only the IKN but also the Penajam Pasir Utara. But some challenges must be considered by the government itself to assure that the investment will secure the position not only in the IKN but also in the surrounding area around the IKN, including Penajam Pasir Utara and also Kutai Kartanegara.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Pak Nicko.
For me, it is a place become I can be presentation in Japan and also have meet with many researchers and also some of the investors that already come to this meeting. And I, as a Penajam Pasir Utara Regency, we have to see things not always have a problem, because I heard from the Kutai Kartanegara, problem this, problem that, problem this. It is not problem, it is an opportunity. If Jakarta people give us almost 100 trillion, it is opportunity, no problem. Problem is only a small part. I feel that because I know the situation of the Nusantara, especially the Sepaku, before the establishment of the Nusantara. The road is very bad, you know. They don't have any dam for water, resource and everything. They still rain from the rain and everything. And now there is a lot of the road already good, and many people have an opportunity to get easy money because they rent the house and everything. So we have to see a thing as a challenge and also an opportunity. Don't see the problem is a problem. If you see something as a problem, it's become a problem for yourself. See as an opportunity. That is the key point. I think that is the important thing.
Thank you very much. Pak Agus.
Yeah, thank you, Pak Koichi. I think IKN is just, it's not just a construction project and relocating people to make a city. IKN should be seen as a spirit of improving the way of thinking, transforming the economy into more productive way, in which the expectation is, of course, how to give or find an opportunity for overcoming the problem of Indonesian economy at the moment. I think the way is not only to focus on development, but also how to improve the quality of people especially in the surrounding area of IKN. This is very important, and it is the way to transform Indonesia into more equity development and of course sustainable. I think it is the key issue for IKN in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much. From the presentation and the discussions today, I think we can learn a lot from the presenters from Indonesia and also the local government, because probably Japanese society will see the IKN project as a simple or infrastructure project, but actually the project of new state capital is not only infrastructure project, but also it includes the problem issues of national identity and also economic development, and regional disparity solutions, and also probably culture and society, and what kind of society Indonesia should be, or something like that. So we have to see the construction in both new capital city in Indonesia not only as the infrastructure projects, but also it's kind of the challenge Indonesia can tackle to achieve their dreams of being advanced countries by 2045. And also, it is very rare case that we could hear the opinions and views from the local government itself. In Indonesia too, I haven't heard that what kind of views and the opinions from the local government in the local media also. So in Japan too, we hardly hear what kind of views or opinions they have about the construction of new capital city. So I'm very proud that we can invite all of you to participate in the seminar and hear the views and opinions from three of you. And now I want to discuss some undiscussed topics in this seminar today. First of all, I would like to hear your opinions about the decision-making process of IKN itself. As long as I understand, the decision of the relocation of the new capital from Jakarta to Nusantara is not consulted with the public or people of Indonesia, or local people also, including local people in advance. President Jokowi decided maybe in a way that unilaterally, and they didn't hear any public opinions, and also of course, Parliament passed the law on IKN, but it's only 45 days before the passing the draft law. So I think it is not enough to hear what the people of Indonesia think about the relocation project. But it seems that on the other hand, it seems that people of Indonesia do not oppose so much about the plan. So why people accept that Jokowi's relocation plan, even though without the consultation with the public? Could you ask to Mardi first?
Yes, based on your explanation on your presentation as well, that based on the survey that about 63% of the Indonesian people agree on the relocation of the capital of Indonesia from Jakarta to East Kalimantan now as Nusantara because of due some reason, and I already explained that Jakarta is not really good anymore to live because of congestion and disaster risk and so on. So that's why people the majority of people agree to that kind of the relocation. But the things that you also mentioned, that the deliberation, discussion on the parliament is not enough also room for the people to criticize and to give input what kind of the model of government and how the big picture of the IKN of Nusantara as well. And it is also, we thought, the deep research or study on how the kind of the of also the government structure as well. Even though they mention and discuss about the Brasilia of Brazil, even though they mention about the Putrajaya Malaysia and Sejong South Korea, but unfortunately they didn't make a proper decision about the structure of government as well. And it is also interesting to know that based on the experience of South Korea and Brasilia, actually a government system determine the successful of the relocation of capital city. It is the highlight, important things that we should highlight. So that's why we, as the researcher, always see the right thing and not to criticize, but we try to make something that government should consider and also provide another solution to government. As one participant here asked me, where you criticize the government, even though you are a government employee. But I said that I do not make a criticism, but we always see in the gap, and we always see how the government should improve and provide a better decision.
Thank you. From Agus first, I can hear your opinions about that, about my questions.
I think that for relocating the IKN for economic perspective, I think it's not an issue of not just an issue of moving Jakarta to Kalimantan. I think beyond this kind of issue, I think many people probably already aware that Java-centric should be considered is not enough for Indonesians in the future. So that's why I think moving a capital city to Kalimantan is probably seen as a good opportunity for the future Indonesia, and probably more Indonesia-centric rather than Java-centric, which already take about more than 50 years since independence, I think.
Yeah, thank you very much. But Nicko, I think you are working very closer to the society and people in the government. So at the previous section, there's a similar question about the people's response to the IKN project. But I want to hear that in hearing the plan, Jokowi's plan of relocation of the new capital to East Kalimantan, and also your Regency, what is the response of the local government itself and the local people about the towards the relocation plan project?
Actually, for the government of the Penajam Pasir Utara, actually to 2015 we already state that we will become the next capital city. How can we put that dream in the time capsule that already is a program by Jokowi. They go around to the many places to Indonesia to get what is the dream and what is the hope from the region. Only Penajam Pasir Utara 2015 we state that we will become the next capital city. Why we convinced that? Because we already meet with the Bapenas, the head of the Bapenas at that time, Andinov Caniago. When we do some meeting with him, we do a presentation for the future of the Penajam Pasir Utara at that time. That is a lot of land already exists and everything. They state that it is quite a good place for the capital movement. That's why in the 2015 we already know that they have a plan to move the capital city. That's why when there are a time capsule that bring to our place, we put one of the dream in the fourth dream is the Penajam Pasir Utara will be the next capital city in the 75 years from now, from at that time. But not more than 4 years, they already state. I think for us, there are no surprise. Maybe for other region it is a surprise, but for us there are no surprise because we already have a confidency at that time. My Bupati, my head of region, have a confidency that we are a quite good location, better than others. At that time, they discussed about the South Kalimantan and also the central of Kalimantan. But the problem is about the social effect and also the condition of the mangrove area and everything. That is the confidency for us that they will choose Penajam Pasir Utara. And when the President Jokowi came to Kalimantan, East Kalimantan, they don't visit the Penajam Pasir Utara. They actually visit the Sukarno's hills. At that time, one of the conservation area in the Kukar, not in the Penajam, but we still have a confidence that they will choose the Penajam Pasir Utara. And thanks God, it has happened. So for the people of the Penajam Pasir, actually, it is our dream. We cannot contra our dream. We have to follow our dream. That is much of our people right now is actually they want to the Nusantara can be established and finish the relocation soon, so we can have many new brothers in the Nusantara. That is our dream. Don't have to worry with our people. We are nice people. We like people to see in Penajam Pasir Utara. A lot of people, a lot of money. That is the key. If there is no people came, you don't will get any money. That is the key. Can you see?
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now I want to move to the next topic about the OIKN, Authority of IKN, which is the government institutions in charge of constructing the new capital and also relocating that to the new capital. And also after the new capital was established, it is one of the government institutions which govern the region. Mardi, you mentioned that IKN is kind of like a centralistic character. You can see the IKN as a centralistic characters, and also after 1999, Indonesia experienced the rapid autonomy, local autonomy, but after that, the government is a little bit shifting from the local autonomy to the more centralistic governance system. Is it? Can we understand that IKN can be understood as the same context as the decentralization process of the local governance system in Indonesia?
Yeah, I think so that the government system or government structure of IKN authority is a part of the centralistic, because I'm wondering that it happened in Sukarno era or even in the early of the Suharto era. before the local autonomy introduced. And it is indicated by that the head of authorita appointed by the president, and there is no local parliament, and so on. And yeah, sadly that the government claim that it is part of the special government. I mean, special local government. So some scholars argue that there is no special government like in IKN or IKN, because as far as we know that our constitution allow the special government, still they have the local autonomous to to administer their own government affairs. But in OIKN there is no such thing. So sadly also that such kind of the local government system or whatever government system without any deeply study to decide like that. So that's why in the currently the OIKN like kind of the trial and error to introduce e-democracy. You imagine, e-democracy with it is kind of the stupid thing. I think that they introduce e-democracy, just try to adopt the IT to use by the local people not to vote, to raise the concern, aspiration, something like that, without any deliberation further in such a channel. I think that's all.
Thank you very much. Pak Nicko, is there any regular meetings or discussions between OIKN and local government? And also I want to ask that OIKN officials from the OIKN is ready to listen to the local government opinions or ideas.
I think I discuss with a lot of people, talk about IKN. It is take an hour more than I talk with the IKN people in here right now. That is the fact that I always protest. I become one of the, actually, IKN is one of my dream actually, because I make the proposal, I present to the Bappenas and everything. But after it is already processes, they left us. They stand by themselves. They try. This is the Indonesian X. I say, what is Indonesian X? I still don't get the point at that time. I always protest like this. Actually, the government of Indonesia we already, as Pak Mardi say, we already learned about democracy with a lot of history time, We already choose this one. I think they better to hear us as a local government, because the district and sub-district in the Penajam Pasir Utara region actually they usually with the good democracy, because if you see in the Sepaku area especially, it is not a sub-district but it is a village. They choose the head of the village every 5 years. They choose. They get used to with the democracy. That's why when there is a option that okay, we don't have any parliament and everything for that, I think the people at that area keep silent because they think, okay, you better construction first, after that we discuss later. That is the strategy. I think it is impossible to keep silent in Indonesia, especially Indonesian person, They always protest. It is fact when they cannot do reconciliation about the land acquisition. Only 20 people that cannot pay because of the regulation situation. At that time, they protest and everything. They can stop the road. They cannot continue. That is the problem. That's why it's delay, because the toll road cannot proceed because the land acquisition have a problem. And what happened at that time? they lost the head of the IKN at the time, kan? They lost at IKN, also the vice of head IKN, because they cannot handle that situation. It is a simple things that you cannot leave the democracy. You have to create a channel for people to give him the aspiration. I agree with Mr. Wadi for this topic, but it is not for the phase of construction, maybe later.
Okay, thank you very much. How about Pak Agus? What is your opinion about the governance system of the OIKN?
I think one that we can learn is from Batam cases, although it is probably much smaller. The Batam is also controlled by what we call Otorita Batam, which is quite similar with the IKN, but maybe in the lowest level, in the lower level, I think. So it's usually, as far as I know, that the problem is usually about the coordinating between local government surrounding the Batam and the Batam zones area. This is also very important. That is why when the foreign investment are fly away from the Batam, and then the Batam will be like an empty zone. So that is why, because I think the local government are not really care about the situation of Batam. So that's why. So I think the government should learn in the case of Batam, I think. So that's why the coordinating, work together, and try to appreciate the local government instead of how do you call it, Pak Nicko? The lower level of the government is not good enough for the development of the IKN in the future, I suppose. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, next question. I would ask you, all of you, about the possibility of continuity of the project, especially under the next this new presidency, administration of the Prabowo. Many people, probably many of the foreign people were wondering whether the project can be continued under the new project or under the new government or under the next new government if in 5 years or 10 years. How do you think about the possibility of the continuity? And also, if we consider, if you see think about the possibility of the continuity of project, what is most important thing to see if we consider, if we analyze about this possibility of the continuity?
Yeah, I believe that the IKN construction and relocation is still possible to continue, and it is already stated by President Prabowo at many times in many occasions, especially during his campaigns as well, and also it's kind of the commitment of the new administration to continue the IKN. The problem is that I think that it may be that the political commitment of the President Prabowo is not stronger than not strong than the President Jokowi, because you know we can see from the because of the different program, and we already learned from the presentation Pak Agus this morning that President Prabowo already have the main program as in the freelance, and the next year the national budget compared to the IKN, freelance is higher than much higher than the IKN continuity. You know that the budget for freelance is about 60 trillion. But for the IKN, it's only 15 trillion. You can imagine, it's kind of the different gap between the continuity of the IKN and the program that Pak Prabowo need to run because of the promise of the during the campaigns.
Okay, thank you. Pak Nicko.
I think the key is the 65%. You already say before in your presentation, this is maybe we are not directly asked to our people, oh, we want to move our capital city, but 65% is the keyword. Actually, they agree with that, 65%. And I think if you want to become the next president, you will fight for that. You will never leave the 65%. And as we know that the Prabowo can win this election because they state that they will continue the Jokowi's idea. And I'm sure in the next 3 years, they will sign the paper and to relocate. Maybe not all of the civil servant, maybe a half or a quarter or maybe less than that, but it will start because it becomes the next topic of the election for the presidency. If we are become the opposition, you don't move and we see 65% agree, they will create that issue to make a movement that if you don't continue, I will continue. That is the situation in Indonesia. Voters have a lot of consideration for the government. And I think in the next 3 years, they will sign the paper for the movement to Penajam Pasir Utara. And as you may see, before the establishment of the Nusantara, Mr. Prabowo always goes to Penajam Pasir Utara, and he left a concession in the near the palace right now. They have a sanctuary that they usually with his children and his brother to gather there. And also it is usually to live in the forest area also. And he know well about the situation in the Sepaku area because his concession is more than 5 Regency, I think. That is the keyword. He have a lot of patience to continue than us.
Okay, thank you very much. Pak Agus?
Yeah, I think for me, some people may expect that the IKN is probably 2 months too soon. In the case that I think we cannot expect this 2 months in the very short period. I think we need to realize that. But, and my opinion also that the IKN is point of no return, which means that you cannot go back and then leave the IKN. This is also a problem. So long as there is no legal problem like a corruption, that will be the development will continue. But maybe in the different speed, maybe speed is quite slower than at least in the last 2 years. This is very important. It's also important. It's also important to consider that this is not just construction projects. This is a very important how to create a spirit of development in the better way for future of Indonesia. This is, I think, if we consider that, then I think people are optimists, much more optimists in the way that we can build better than before. If you look at the movement of the Danantara, for example, which is the vehicle, financial vehicle, maybe much more than like a Khazanah Berhad of Malaysia or even in Singapore. I think the government should take different ways. Maybe the state-owned enterprise will play more role in the future rather than only for the government budgets. I think this is my opinion.
Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe I feel that Japanese people are much more pessimistic about the relocation plan. But maybe after hearing their opinions, maybe you can change your opinions and your views on the state capital relocation plans about Indonesia. Okay, next I want to ask to Pak Agus first about the economic growth and relationship between economic growth and state capital relocations. You mentioned in the presentation one of goal or one of the reason to relocate the state capital is to make much higher economic growth by building the new capital. But how do you think it can realize the high economic growth, more than 5% of the growth by building the new capital?
I think it's almost impossible in the case that if we build the IKN, then we will achieve the high growth in the near future. I think the more realistic is that when we are successfully show to the people and to the private sector that the building of IKN is improving our hope for the better economic transformation, not only in the IKN but also in other area of production spheres like downstreaming industry, improving the work system, and also continuing the successfully attract for the foreign investment. There will be a situation where we can achieve the high economic growth, and of course that is difficult for Indonesia to rely only on the IKN development.
Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe Penajam Pasar Utara is also already experienced a high growth after the relocation began, like 30% of economic growth per year last year. But how do you use this opportunity to transform your Regency's economy after relocation?
Yes, the important thing, as we discussed later, that we are focused in the human resource at this time. Parallel, we also we have to prepare our farmer right now. For now, maybe for 20 to 35 years from now, they already have a palm oil plantation as a resource of the money. But we have to prepare for them. How about after palm oil industry? What will we do? That is the biggest problem also. And also we have a problem with the ownership from the land, from the private sector. For the company, they own land maybe 7,000 hectare, 10,000 hectare. It is quite a lot of land that already owned by the company. We will discuss with them later, after 35 years of concession, what will we do? That is the important thing also. But the spatial planning is our plan to prepare our land use and how the concept of being the vision of our Regency becoming in the spatial plan. That is the one of the way we prepare ourselves. That's why we have 3 kind of interesting area that can be developed. The north one is the satellite city, the industrial area, and the last one is the old city. I mean, the old city is the city that already exists nearly the head of Regency. And after that, we have to transform from the agriculture to become an industrial area, and also for the educational services. As you may know that there are already 2 universities that already built in the Penajam Pasar Utara. I think it's become our future also. And also we are to provide it. At Penajam Pasar Utara, we are universal healthcare. You know, we pay for all the payment for the kesehatan, health. We pay all of the citizens. So if you become the citizen of Penajam Pasar Utara, you get hit by something or you get sick, don't worry. We will pay your bill and everything. You only stay at the hospital. don't worry, you get out, feel happy. That is one of the resource for us to increase the healthy of our people, because healthy people, happier people, long life people, and give a chance to become the next Golden Indonesia 2045, because we have a lot of young generation at that time. It is better than nasi makan gratis mungkin. That is the better idea than free lunch. We give a healthy generation.
Okay, thank you very much. Any words from us, Margie? Economic growth and okay.
Thank you for your nice discussion, and I hope you enjoy this today's seminar from the morning to until the evening. I think you participants become the experts of Indonesian IKN's issues. So today is a very condensed discussion. Then I hope you can understand much more deeper about the Indonesian new capital relocation project. But in closing this seminar, I would like appreciate the very so important cooperation from the BRIN as a coordinator, co-organizer of this seminar. Thank you very much. Then we got a very big support from the government of Penajam Pasir Utara Regency. Thank you very much. I think today's discussion, I think I want to, I hope your perspectives about the IKN, the relocation of new capital city relocation of Indonesia, I hope your perspective is a little bit changed, because Kawamura-san said the Japanese side is a much more pessimistic, not pessimistic, doubtful. then wait and see. But please understand that Indonesia is a very young country. They have a hope. They want to be an advanced country in 2045. Nobody's sure. Nobody knows the dreams come true or not. But they have a confidence. When I talk about the people of Indonesian people, they have very confidence to develop their economy. I think it's we have to understand their atmosphere, way of thinking. Then that's why we have to learn from their way of thinking. Then, of course, there is a several gap between the Japanese way of thinking and the Indonesian way. But please narrow the gap. I hope this seminar have an opportunity to discuss kind of narrow this gap between the Indonesian and Japanese way of thinking. Then the new capital cities relocation project will continue, not so short time, continue for a long time to come. Then IDE-JETRO will continue to research with collaboration with BRIN and with local government. Then we try to provide the information of the research about this IKN project. And please watch our website. We try to do our best. Then lastly, we are very deeply thank you for everybody's attendance today. So long time. we hope they have this seminar have a good opportunity to think about Indonesia, the promising future. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. This is the closing remarks. Thank you.